going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Bros.
Yep.
It's your guy, Gene.
And you already know, Joel.
Here on episode 10, and we finally hit...
Yes, double digit 10.
Wow.
10.
You know, like I said last episode, man, do not despise small beginnings.
Yep.
We remember when we started at episode 1.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, at your house.
Well, let's not... We'll save that for later. Let's get to like 20 and 30. We could give like kind of a recap.
Facts.
But yes, we did start at my house.
Yes, we did.
And here we are in Studio B at 30 Mil Studios.
Facts.
As always, we got 30 Mil behind the camera with us.
Yeah, shout out to 30 Mil, man. Yo, this brother, man, is a talent to be reckoned with, man.
Listen, when we find a way to pay this brother besides thanks and meals, we gonna make sure he get paid.
Facts.
We gotta make sure he get paid.
We cutting checks.
Cutting checks.
You know what I'm saying? 30,000 fold.
Yes. Gotta pay it for a tenfold. How you guys doing today? Good? Feeling all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? How you doing, Joel?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm motivated. You know, I'm in Grime Mode right now.
Yes,
he's in Grime Mode.
He's in Grime Mode, guys, which, you know, is why we always ask you, please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you like what we're saying, even if you disagree, man, get in the comments. It's all right.
Get involved. Reach out to us.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
We'll comment back. We might even invite you to sit here with us.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
And don't forget, man, go to www.theredemptionbrand.com.
Definitely.
Go support
that, man. Get that.
A meaningful brand, black-owned business. Facts. Got it out the mud.
Facts.
And this guy's just growing, moving in his purpose.
Man, listen, man, it's just, you know, fashion reborn is our tagline.
Yes.
Fashion reborn. So we bring in fashion with a purpose, man. And redemption, to me, is the word. That's my life, man. You know, I've been redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. And really what that means is that I'm getting an opportunity to learn who I am.
Right.
And God is opening some doors and reminding me that I am not my past mistakes. We all got a past, and everybody deserves a future.
See, people want to have you live in your past.
Facts. And that's sad that that's what they do, but to be honest with you, it's none of my business.
Right.
Because, you know, people always going to try to remind you of who you used to be. Okay, cool, I'm not that anymore.
So it's funny that you say that because that leads us into talking about one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Well, there was actually 2 interviews that Breakfast with Bros watched from the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
And you know what? They don't got no breakfast either, man. So when y'all texting us and texting me and commenting, don't ask me about the breakfast, man.
Facts.
The words are the breakfast. Food
True.
to consume. Hopefully some mental food, some mental breakfast.
True.
And one day when we feel like it, maybe we'll have some breakfast again.
I want an omelet.
I'll get Joel to have some more oatmeal.
Nah.
I got to go.
Omelet.
Go check that episode out.
No more oatmeal? Nah, no more oatmeal. Nah.
So we watched Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
And we watched Master P. Both those interviews came out within the last 5 days.
Say,
Nah.
Yo, these two brothers, man, much love and respect to these two brothers.
Much love and respect.
Who
we want to start with, Dr. Umar?
Let's start with Dr. Umar.
Okay. What about him? Let's talk about him, then his interview a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't personally know him. Mm-hmm. I just know what I see online. And again, I don't always agree with everything. Right. But I respect the man. Right. I respect his grind. I respect his passion and his heart to want to educate his people. Listen, anybody that's about building a community and showing us just different ways how we can uplift each other. You know, some people grind for themselves. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. But I truly appreciate those who can show me and could take the time to talk to me and to educate me. I really hate it sometimes when I reach out to people and I congratulate them about something and all of that, and then they'd like to tell me, all you got to do is work hard. Like, we know we got to work hard. By now, everybody knows they got to work hard. I mean, can you just help a brother? What was step 1? Like, what did you do? Did you create, you want to create an LLC? How do you do that? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a roadmap. My thing is, there's enough room at the table for everybody to eat.
It's like you telling me to get dressed, but did you put your socks on before your pants, or you put your pants on first? Yeah. Make it plain for me, because I'm not trying to steal what you do, but I could take those steps that you give me and make it my own.
Yeah, you know, at least just give me a roadmap so I know how to navigate. You know what? Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it that way. Yeah, you're right. Because the thing is, when we get a vision, when we got a dream, right? Yo, we just want to jump out, right? But the thing is, sometimes if we're not lining up our ducks in a row.
So let's talk about Dr. Umar, right? So a lot of people, like you said, you know, I don't agree with everything he says, but there's a lot of substance, a lot of truth to what he talks about. Yeah. He is, as he likes to call himself, Pan-African, the king of Pan-Africanism. And I salute him for it. He's all about for and by black people. And when he says that, it's not that he hates white people. No. He doesn't hate white people. So when we say black power, it doesn't mean, you know, we want to diminish
but can I say this, people. Man? Listen, I can love my people. Just because I love my people don't mean that I can't stand nobody else. But my thing is, why are you coming at me because I love my people, though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come at me because I love my people. Like, you love your family. Who am I to tell you you come up against that? That's your family. Right. You love who you love.
So you said about the vision, and with Dr. Umar, he had a vision to build some schools. Yeah. And I remember when the brother was getting the money together, and he had some issues, right? Yeah, yeah. And it seemed like it fell through. And you know what the first thing I saw online? All the black people saying, see, I knew we shouldn't trust him. We didn't believe him. He stole that money and everything, right? Wow. Now we fast forward to 2021. He says that he has the schools. Yeah. All he's waiting for is 3 weeks of work. And I know before you say it, you're probably going to say, oh, I haven't seen the school. That's all right. I believe. Listen, this man has not lied about anything he has said yet as far as the work that he puts in. So personally, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So on the interview, what's some of the things that he touched on the interview that he did?
Yeah, he was talking about the school. And as far as wanting to find, you know, some brothers, right, that can come down and basically dedicate, you know, donate their time. Right. You know, like they'll put up the money for the tools and everything that they need, but, you know, we need that. Right. You know, we need the brothers.
So let me say this, right? Because he said if I was Asian, the school would have been done. Yeah. If I was Indian, if I was Mexican.
I agree with him 100%. And let me tell you why. I have a good friend of mine that's Jewish, right? And shout out to my Jews. Facts.
My godparents are Jewish, so yes.
Well, my broker is Jewish. So shout out to you, D. Berger. So I remember the guy said to me, and I had met him at Sloan a couple years ago, like there was a brother, right? Not blood brother, but there was a brother, a Jewish guy, opened up a bakery. So when a new business is opened in the Jewish community, right, everybody knows. Grand opening what? Everybody gets the memo, and they know, hey, you know, Paulie is opening up, you know what I'm saying, this bakery down here. And guess what? That day, it is the community's job to buy them out with everything that's in there. They show up. They show up. And they leave the shelves with nothing. Before anybody else, any other ethnicity, any other people from any other city come in and shop there, the community buys out everything.
Before we condemn as a whole the action or lack of action by the black community, I believe we first have to give context. Yeah. And we have to try to understand why that may be that. Now, we're not saying, because I can't say that everyone does not support, because obviously there's three of us in here, we all support, and we know there's many other people that do. But as a whole, there's a perception that could be reality, because perception is reality. That's portrayed by social media, by the news, that unfortunately, black people don't really get together unless there's a cookout.
Or a funeral.
Or a funeral. And then even when they get together for the cookout or funeral, there still could be some issues. So what's some ways you think we can get past that and be like you said, the Jewish community? Because a lot of people don't know, but before money leaves the Jewish community, it circulates about 7 times
at least
within those stores.
At least.
Now here's the caveat to that. When we say Jewish community, you have to understand what that consists of, and then you have to ask yourself, what does the black community consist of if there is a black community?
But can I tell you? Oh man, this is good. I can't.
Well, you gotta answer. You gotta see. That's the thing because we wanna. And listen, when I tell everybody this, right? When I was on social media and I'm coming back, right? Because I got some things to talk to y'all about. When we always want to get on each other, we do have to understand history, but at the same time, we still have to take accountability for the knowledge we have now gained over these years. Because once you become aware and you gain the knowledge, it's only intelligence if you use it.
True.
Right?
True.
Because just because you know something, it doesn't make you intelligent. No. To me, intelligence is when you put your knowledge into action.
Yes, and you're able to share it.
Right. So now as a community overall, we have more tools. Yeah. We have access to more things than our forefathers and mothers ever had. So we understand that the structure of it, when we look at the black community, typically it's the projects. Typically, right? Yeah. Typically it's the hood. You know how it is, the check cashing place, the liquor stores, and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why we're speaking about this because what Dr. Umar said was key. He said the thing is he could have had it built if he did pay somebody. Mm-hmm. But if as a community there were brothers and or sisters that were capable to help him out if they chose to, it would be built. Why is it that we take so long, it seems, to help one another?
We weren't taught that. And this is what I mean. We look at the success of the Jewish community or the Italian community, the Asian community, whatever. These people are taught from birth. Mm-hmm. Understand, the Jews, they got their own schools. Mm-hmm. So they're forming their legacy. They're forming their people. They're forming their family. They're teaching them.
I'm going to let you go ahead, right? You said they have their own schools.
They do.
We just said 2 minutes ago that Dr. Umar has 2 schools.
Yeah. So he has a plan for it.
Right.
Yeah, he has a plan for it.
So he's attempting
to do something that we've never seen before in our community. It's easier for them to do it because that's what it's always been for them.
But I don't want to use the word easier because that gives us a scapegoat.
Well, okay, yeah.
I know what you're saying. Not to nitpick. I understand what you're saying, right? Obviously, you know me. I'm not what we're categorized as one of those.
But you know what? Okay, so then let me bring this in, and I'm gonna show you what happened. Because where in history do we see the real black community that produced black millionaires, black markets, black this? Where was it? And what time it was? Around what time?
In Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And then also,
And what happened to that though?
Right.
Okay. So we all know what happened with that. So it's something that we had, but then we was becoming too strong.
Even the Black Panthers too in the 60s.
Exactly. So we was becoming too strong, and what happens, right? So when a white man started seeing that what we was doing over there, to be honest with you. Like segregation and all of that
was not that bad.
That's not what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say that it wasn't that bad. But what that time did, it forced me to rely on you and not see you as a threat. Because all of us had a common enemy. And we had a common goal. I wasn't competing with you. Because at the end of the day, when me and you are out in the world, we had to look out for each other. Because our lives was always in jeopardy.
And now, unfortunately, we got to watch out for each other.
We have to watch out for each other.
Probably cross the street if we see.
Yes, but the thing is, we haven't watched out for each other in such a long time. What does that look like? What does it look like? You understand? So my thing is, I commend him for what he's trying to do, and I believe that sooner or later it's going to happen. It's just teaching. We have to relearn some things.
We have to unlearn
to relearn,
and to learn new information. To relearn how to do things.
We find it interesting that he said there are no communities that have a bank, school.
No black communities, you mean?
Hospital, black communities. 4 things that
he said around economics, about what builds. Right.
Because if you don't control your economics,
wasn't that interesting?
It is interesting, and guess what? Do you know of one? Because I don't.
No. Baldwin Hills in California is a prominent black area, correct? With like rich and high, upper class. I don't even know if they have that out there. The
school.
Right. Hospital.
And the grocery, because you got to control what you're eating. Think about it, right?
Well, remember what happened.
Feed the community.
Remember what happened to black farmers.
Yes.
So,
okay.
History. But see, that's the thing, right? We have to know the history to understand it, to not repeat it.
So can I say this real quick before you go further? Obviously I'm in real estate. All right? I'll encourage every single one of y'all, my brothers and my sisters, go get some land. Buy some land. I've been preaching about that for a while now, and I'm so glad that, I got a family that's real close to me, close to the ministry. They listen, they own, I'm so proud of them, man. They own 10 acres of land.
Yes, I know who they are, and congrats to them.
Yeah, congrats to y'all, man. Yeah, most definitely. And they got some big plans working, the big plans coming. And guess what? There are resources or things available for people who own land. But we can't tap into that. We don't know these things because we don't have it.
But you also have a faith over fear prayer.
Facts.
And I think when we get to that point, it's the middle area between choosing your faith or choosing your fear. Because we don't know how long ago they possibly could have made this move.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm grateful that they made it because I'm super excited for them and what they could bring to other people.
Yes.
But when you get to positions like that, I think you lean into faith or fear. Now, as far as Dr. Umar, right? Definitely agree with 30 mil. Interesting in what he said. Like you said, we don't control that. We don't know of an area, right?
No.
But if y'all do, put it in the comments because we're not
Educate us. Teach us.
And what I wanted to harp on, it's so funny because today, as we're going to talk about this, I didn't write it in one of my group chats, but one of my boys, he was talking about how Biden is not doing anything for black people yet. And the reason why that's important because in Dr. Umar's interview, he spoke about some of the laws, right, executive orders that were written right away.
Yes.
And two of them, and it's not, I care, but I don't care that it was for them. What I care about is that nothing was done specifically for us. So the one that he wrote was the Anti-Asian Act, I believe.
Yes.
And another one was for transgender.
Yes. And all those are important. Let me say that.
And it's okay with us.
Yes, all those are important. Right? So why is there no act to protect us?
And that's what Dr. Umar was saying, is that he said, let me look at this camera now. He said on the Breakfast Club, and Dr. Umar said this, remember, Biden told us, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And we let it slide because we've been forgiving people forever. But I'm going to move off that.
Oh, my Lord.
But the issue is he's been in, everybody can say he's been in house for whatever, all the 2 seconds.
Yes.
But if he took a second each to write those 2 executive orders, why is he so afraid to write an executive order to protect black people when we've been getting killed on TV?
Because we like black culture because it's profitable. We can make money. We want the black vote because we go out and we put people in office. But because we've never held these politicians accountable.
Now, what does accountability look like?
Listen, you told me if I vote for you, right, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. I got to follow up. It is not your job to follow up with me. It's my job. Hey, Mr. President, remember what you said back in, New York when you was talking to, the Miller family and you were so concerned and you looked at the camera and you even held our hands and you said that once you're president, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. Well, you're the president now, and it's not just the Miller family now. The Charles family, the Olo family, the Wisconsin family, the whatever family, right? So what's going to happen here? You got to hold these guys accountable. And guess what? And if you're not going to come through, we're going to vote you out. And it's not just the president, right? Right? It's all branch.
Right.
All branch. Senators, the reps, council. Let's start at the city level, right? We have to build locally while thinking
globally.
Right? But the thing is, right, we got to control the house, and it starts with our house.
Right.
So wherever city that you're in, hold these people that comes around giving you these flyers, that comes around knocking on your door, oh, vote for me in June, vote for me in this, hold them accountable. Let me tell you, this phone right here, the president of the council of the city of Yonkers, which is a city that I pastor at, have my information. We spoke 2 days ago. I call them, our councilwoman. We have each other's number. And guess what? I'll call them. If I need to, I'm calling. That's why you're here for. I'm calling. Don't just come looking for me when you want my vote. Because I live here every day.
I have nothing to add to that because I 1,000% agree. So one more point I want to make about Dr. Umar, then I want to talk about our homie Master P.
Master P.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make you say,
nah.
Right? So Dr. Umar, right? Because we said we say, and I think a lot of people say, you know, when politicians, they're not politicians when they're trying to get your vote. Then after they get your vote, they start politicking.
Yeah.
So, man, let me see. I did not say this, right? When y'all watch this, I did not say this. I'm about to repeat what Dr. Umar said, all right? He said, think about why Kamala Harris is the VP, right? So I don't know if you remember.
He made some great points, though, on that.
I don't know if you remember 30 mil or Joel.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember during the race, there was some discrepancy.
Yes.
On whether Kamala, we know what her skin tone is.
Yes, we do.
There was discrepancy on whether she identifies as black or Indian or Asian. And some people said, well, you know, she's a AKA. That's a sister. And then some people said, well, what about what she did in Cali with the brothers? With the jail and all that and the prosecution, right?
Some people would say she was doing her job.
Right. So, again, this is just repeating what was repeated. This is not our thoughts. We'll give you our thoughts in a second. What Dr. Umar said, the reason why she's in there, because Asia, obviously, right, the continent, is one of the high powers in the world.
Yes.
And America is concerned about their relationship with India. Yeah. Because that's what her subgene is, I guess.
Her mom, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So he said, you got to think about it. You put her in there because she looks black, but she is. But she also has the ethnicity of an Asian or / Indian woman. That's a lot. And I don't really know how I feel about that because I don't try to go down that path because then you get into the whole minutia of being black enough and white enough and woman enough or whatever. And I'm not the one to be the judge.
I don't know what to say about that. My thing is like, because then what he says about the interracial.
That's what some things.
That's what in the beginning. Y'all remember we said in the beginning we don't agree with everything he says.
But again, whether you don't agree with it or not, you can't but help to really like some of the seeds though, some of the points he made. Because I'm not gonna front. Look, I'm a Haitian man. You understand? So don't get me wrong. And sometimes, you know, when I talk to certain people about Haiti, because I'm proud of where I've come from. I'm proud of my ethnicity. And sometimes I'm like, well, you've been living in America, this is that. I'm not taking anything away from America, but please know where my story began. Like, you know, listen, I'm living and I've been blessed with an opportunity that many of my cousins and a lot of people, millions of Haitians, did not get the opportunity. You know, I've had people older than me, my age, who can't even afford to go to school. You understand? So my thing is, it's like, what do you identify as? Like with me, if I was, you know, the biggest basketball player and all of that, yeah, even if I was born here or even if I grew up here, because I did come here when I was 10 years old, like if I have an opportunity on a big stage to represent Haiti, to shine the light on Haiti.
Now you're not even talking.
I'm going to do that.
Now you're talking about something else. And
no, I'm still talking about her, the vice president, because I don't know what she identifies. Because can I tell you something? No, because I see a lot of Jamaicans claiming her, but does she claim Jamaica? I mean, I don't know. Does she? Does she? Because it seems like it's just, again, I don't know what relationship she had with her father. I don't know any of that. And again, I don't. But to me, I just see it being one side, and I just seen the black thing came out for voting purposes?
Possibly. What I'll say is that,
I don't know.
Look, I don't know. I feel like she could do some great things now.
She could.
Her past resume There are some things I don't like. True. But as you just said, we can't hold people in their past. No. Because people make mistakes and they're allowed to learn and grow from them. Yeah. So that's where we're at with that.
But let me just say this also, too. I say all of this just to say this. Like, sometimes I feel like people really have some great intentions. Right? They want to get into office. They want to do this. They really do. I believe they do. But they get there and they realize that the system is bigger than them. Right? A lot of these politicians are puppets. They got to play ball. Right. Because if you don't play ball, you ain't going to be here long enough. Well, so it's the system. Mm-hmm. How do we change? How do we, like, put dynamite in it? I feel like, throw the whole system away. Let's start. Because first and foremost, Eugene, when the system was put together, they was not thinking about you and I.
First of all, I'm still stuck on the fact that you just called me Eugene. But
when I'm serious.
Right, that's why I had to let that marinate. I was
when
like,
I'm serious, listen,
he meant that point.
This system was not created for me. They didn't have me in mind. Okay, my people was not free. We was properties. And to an extent, we're still properties.
Ooh, all right. You said something, though. And you said you got to play ball. Speaking of ball, let's talk about the Miller Gang. Our guy, Master P, did an interview with 2 of his sons. Yeah. He has 3 sons and a daughter? Right? Or 4 sons?
I'm not sure.
I know for sure he has 3 sons.
He takes his fatherhood serious, and I applaud that man. Black man doing his thing. I applaud that man.
We need more people like Master P in front of these cameras.
Yes, we do. And the thing is, let me say this. Shout out to all the dynamic black fathers, man. And I know there's a lot of us out there, and it sucks that we're not at the forefront because there's no camera and no light shining.
But here's a camera.
But here's a camera.
And we appreciate y'all.
I'm a great father. He's heck of a father.
Appreciate you.
You understand? Period. We're here. So if people talking about where the black fathers at, we're right here and we're involved in our community. We're involved in our families, and we do what we got to do. But shout out to Master P, man. Hope to meet you one day.
Man, listen, I've been having dreams about meeting Master P, man.
Facts.
I gotta have a
conversation with him, man.
It has to happen.
I respect that man.
Because this man's been he ain't make music in how many years he said?
You don't need to.
But the thing is, he is still relevant, and he's giving us the blueprint.
Yes, he is.
And that's why I thank God. Notes. That's why I thank God for him. This man ain't asking us for a penny or a nickel, anything. No.
He's giving free game.
Free game. He brought his boys up to the Breakfast Club.
Yes, he did.
They just won a state championship.
Congratulations.
Wow. One is a senior. One is a freshman. The senior's going to Tennessee State, HBCU.
Yep.
And Master P, man, he's all about legacy.
Yes.
All about legacy.
Yes.
Isn't that part of the reason why he started Redemption Brand?
Yeah, man. It's all about legacy. And I'm happy that he doesn't just talk about legacy, but he's showing.
Right.
He's showing. We talk about uplifting our community, and guess what? His son chose to go to HBCU. So we're not just going to talk about these HBCUs. No, you know what? We're going to go there. We're going to put our money where our mouth is.
Listen. There was some time last year where I was trying to buy some of his product because he got rice, he got pancake mix.
What don't he got?
He got syrup. Y'all know the raps.
He got baking soda.
If you want to baking soda, I got baking soda. And we got
Mr.
all
Ice
of
Cream Man.
But hold on. Yeah. About the ice cream, all right?
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
We're talking to y'all, but I want to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Because we're on episode 10. This started with a thought, a conversation. Yes. We don't know what episode 100 is going to be.
Yep.
Master P now is the ice cream man.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing now, you believe in it, stick with it.
Stick with it.
Don't
quit.
Look. Not saying that we're not doing good things, but we're not even where we believe or dream we can be at.
Yeah. We're on the ground floor.
He said it took him 25 years to get the flavor and the texture and everything right.
Yes.
So we were talking about multi-million-dollar man that built a record company, No Limit, put people on. I ain't never seen no artist come out and say Master P did them wrong. I ain't never say that. Yes. Now, we're going to go back talking about the Ice Cream Man, a.k.a. Master P, with legacy.
Yes.
25 years to get it right. And even while he was up there, he brought some sneakers too.
Yeah.
And he said, Charlamagne told him last time,
he
was like, yo,
time,
get this out of here. And Master P didn't get upset.
No.
He went back and he made it better.
Constructive criticism.
Man, listen.
You got to be able to take that.
Sad that we got to criticize each other so harshly, right?
I mean, listen, can I tell you this? Your why, right? You talk about the why. Let me tell you something. If something is in you, you passionate about something, it don't really matter what anybody tells you. If somebody's able to discourage you like that, then it's not that important to you. It's not really rooted in you. You understand? It takes time, right? Man, Sunday I was talking about it's a process, right? Mm-hmm. It happens in stages. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't. I hate hearing overnight success. Nothing happened overnight. You know how many times that person was probably in the studio?
It's like that. You know about the Chinese bamboo tree?
No.
So.
Please talk about it. Educate me.
So there's a tree, right? When you water it, it doesn't grow for the first couple of weeks, right? Mm-hmm. And so you got to continue to water it. And then after a year, it still doesn't even grow, right?
That's dedication.
Right.
I'm watering invisibility.
So I believe in year number 5 is when that tree actually grows and sprouts up. And it's one of the tallest trees that's out there. So the reason why I say that is because you have to treat your dreams and your purpose like watering a tree. You may not you, other people may not see that you've been putting seeds into the ground and you've been watering it. Mm-hmm. But as long as you know you've been going every day or every week and you've been watering that dream, been watering those seeds, those plants, where could you be in 5 years?
Exactly. Man, I call it boots on the ground every day, not every week. Mm-hmm. Every day you wake up, boots on the ground. And, I'm an entrepreneur, and up until about 3 years ago, I had the regular 9 to 5, and again, nothing wrong with that. I just knew, and you knew that wasn't my vision for my whole life. Right. So the thing about being an entrepreneur, it's not a 9 to 5 or 7 to 3, 8 to 4. It's a 24/7.
But it's literally
365.
If you don't work, you don't eat.
That's true.
But not if you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't work and get results, you don't eat.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, can I tell you, walking away from corporate America or from the system, the wheel, it gave you some type of security because every 2 weeks you're going to get something. Yes. Because your bills is on time. Even if there's a snowstorm, your bills are always on time. We get it.
Even when you die, your bills is on time. Yeah.
But there's a stress that when I left corporate America, that I left that there. And I can't begin to tell you, Gene, the joy that I have. Every day I get to wake up on my terms. I get to leave my house on my terms. And I haven't been written up in 3 years. You understand? And my thing is, I left a $70,000 job, and people was like, yo, you crazy. And even my first year out, I didn't make no 70. Even if all I made was 10, I made it. Mm-hmm. It was me. I made it. And I learned. And the thing is, when your back is against the wall, it brings out the best in you.
It's so funny because I just got a thought. We're going to talk about that more in a future episode, but I want to have somebody as a guest on this episode with you, another entrepreneur. Because we're not saying this. Look, I still have a 9 to 5 right now. We're not saying it's easy.
No, definitely not.
And
it's not for everybody. We don't need everybody being an entrepreneur.
No, it's not.
We need doctors. We need all of y'all to be in your spots.
Go have that great career. Go contribute.
Yes.
The thing is, you did this with 3 kids and a wife, and we'll leave it there because I really want to touch on that in another episode.
Yeah, with preparation, right?
Yeah,
life is about preparation. You got to prepare for the life that you want to have.
Exactly.
So you can't just wake up one day and be like, oh, I got the itch. No, it's years of preparation.
Because when I get ready to clock out for that last time, it's gonna be because I put in years of time.
I didn't even show up the last day to clock out.
Well,
shout out to Sloan Kettering, man. 160 East 53rd Street gang. I see you.
So, what's fascinating also about Master P, man, is his relationship with his sons. We talk about the fatherhood. I could see when his sons were talking, they looked at him with so much reverence. Bro. Yes. Like they waited till he finished his point and then they spoke. And then when they were speaking, he let them speak. And it's just you can see, like, it's a very, very great relationship. And of course, we're on the outside looking in, but I don't believe without that relationship, you have two young men that we haven't heard about getting in any trouble. Two young men that are playing basketball at a high level.
That don't even own a car.
That are educated and don't own a car.
No.
Their father's worth half a bill. Half a bill.
Yeah.
And he said, no, they don't need to own no car till they go to college. No.
He says, I want to see if you're hungry, right? You told me you want to do this, so you're going to get up, you're going to ride your bike to school, you're going to walk to, show me. Because, again, he's not raising the generation of the give me. You know, the entitlement. Entitlement is killing our community. Entitlement. You feel entitled.
Well, that's what happens when you have a microwave society.
Yes.
That you do something today, you expect the results tomorrow. That's not always how it works.
Listen, brothers, we all know how to cook here. There's a big difference between microwavables and bacon.
Bacon, products in the oven always taste better to me.
Okay. All right. It takes time.
I just made some potatoes the other day, right?
I made some salmon on Sunday.
Right.
And some oxtails.
If you put that salmon, if you reheat that salmon and you put it in the microwave, think about how it could taste compared to putting it in the oven. And get that little crisp a little more.
Yeah, because it won't dry it. The oven won't dry it. The microwave is just, because everybody wants it fast, right? 2 minutes, right? You just put it in there, and then you're standing there. That's the thing.
Right.
You standing there just waiting for the boop.
And I think that's what Master P wanted to point out. My sons are good. They're going to go to college. They're playing ball.
Yes.
But it's from the work that they have put in together.
But they needed, though, a father to show them the way. It's important for the fathers to be in the lives of their children. It's important.
Yes, it is.
The children need their mother, so is the father. They need their father.
Listen, when my wife was pregnant, I didn't miss one appointment for
Same here.
For the class that she had in the city. I made it to everyone. After work, that's where I'm going. Oh, I'm in Massachusetts. Don't worry. I'm leaving Massachusetts at 3 o'clock so I can make the appointment at 7:30. Or straight from Massachusetts. Because I wanted to be there. I need to let her know, hey, we're in this together.
Bro, some things, man, it's just, but some things you don't want to hear about it. You want to experience it.
My son is about to be 2. I think I missed one doctor's appointment.
Okay.
One.
Okay. Listen,
I understand everybody can't do that.
No, of course.
But I make it a point.
Listen, I'm in my children's life. I love it because I wake up every morning now, and before I give myself to the world, I take my children to school. So I'll take them to school, and then their mom pick them up.
There we go.
You understand? I do. And can I tell you, I went to graduate Saunders High School. Shout out to Blue Devils.
Alumni here.
Most of my white friends back in Saunders, parents, picked them up or dropped them off. Majority of us in the
we took the bus. We took the bus together.
We took the cheese. It is a different life, though. It is a different.
That goes back to the first conversation we were having with Dr. Umar. You have to unlearn and teach and learn different things.
But life gets in the way, and I would just want to put that. Just make this point quickly and move on from this. The park that we used to love playing ball at, that's on the water. Irvington. So there's a park in Irvington, and I went there to try to play some ball, and I couldn't play basketball that day because there was a league going on, and I realized, and it was an all-girls league, and I sat there and it caught my attention. I'm watching, but I wasn't watching the girls play. I was watching the stand. I was watching the stand because I realized there were both black and white players on the court, but the game was at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, so there was only white people in the stands. I'm like, where are the black family? Oh, they're at work. They are at work. So the family construction is a little different. The white family, they found a way to where if dad is working, mom is basically representing. If mom is working, dad is representing, or uncle or auntie. You know what I'm saying? It's a community of them. But with us, many times, we don't get the opportunity to be present in the lives. Can I tell you this? Up until the day that my father passed away, he never got a chance to see me play football. Never. Because life just didn't give that opportunity. But I knew I wanted better for my children. But guess what? I couldn't fall in love with the 9 to 5.
Right. And here we are now.
And here we are.
We're going to leave it at that, man.
Yeah.
We got some other things coming for y'all.
Oh, yeah. Lots more.
And like we always say, if you watched up to this point, please don't forget to like, comment,
let us know how you
subscribe,
feel.
right? In the comments, guys. It's free. It helps us out. And pretty much,
our time's up.
Our time is up, right? Our time is up. Au revoir. Until again.
A tout à l'heure.
We'll see you later.
Arrivederci.
Peace.
Ciao.